What's up, Spartans? Whack4863 in the place to be. Today we're going to run through the Warmakers Sanctuary. That is the newest dungeon to Conan Exiles. I am doing it as close to solo as you can get, and I'm doing it on an official server. When I say as close to solo, I am taking Kiss This Flesh Terror with me. He has the Blade of the Adventurer with armor pen, and he is rocking the new champion armor. So, let me show you what I'm taking. I have the usual stuff, right? My armor is all legendary as well. I am taking a Heart of the Hero just in case I get a bunch of corruption. I'm also going to eat all of these fish so I can get the buffs, and I'm taking the Elixir of Freedom and putting on a Strength War Paint. I've got my bow and my healing arrows, and let me show you what weapons I have. Blade of Adventure with armor pen, the Annihilator, the Festering one, Havoc and Malice, and yes, I am taking a Lifeblood as well because there's some areas where you run through and there's no enemies, and so it makes sense just to double up on the standard health regen. Now, I will be getting up to the 4th perk in Strength. I'll have the 3rd perk in Grit, and 3rd perk in Vitality, and really you can kind of play with whatever else you want there. I think I've got 1 perk in Agility and 2 in Encumbrance. Nothing in Survival, like absolutely nothing in Survival. So let's get to it. Obviously, we are on, well, I guess maybe it's not obvious. I'm on an official server. That's why stuff is not in its place when I come in here, because other people have been through here. So let's see. I think I'm probably far enough behind them that it shouldn't matter, but I guess we'll see if we catch up to them. Whatever. If we do, we do. I need some stamina here. Alright. Let's get into it. So this guy will drop some pretty good gear, some pretty good drops. So he's definitely not one that you want to just run by when you come in. In fact, I usually kill him a couple of times when I'm in here, because by the time I get out of here, he's respawned, and hopefully I get some good loot out of 1 or 2 or both of those drops when he goes down. So I'm having some issue. I don't know if it's lag or what it is, but I'm having some issues targeting recently. So I've been having to click on my target a lot and kind of stay in there. So we'll see how that goes. Now, I am playing on an official server, so if you're playing this game like normal, not in God mode, well, let's see, what did we get? Axe of the Gate Guardian. I already have the keys on me, so I'm going to leave that key. Not going to worry about it, and I am going to go ahead and finally remember to eat these and take this potion. Alright, so now that we're properly geared up, let's move into the first room. This chest up here has a bunch of keys. You can get as many of them as you want for the Warmakers key. I'm not going to keep it because I just need the one. And so that's in case you die. You can get through this first door. What's interesting is once you get into this room, I don't think you can get past this section without killing 3 guys. So we're going to do green, red, and blue door. And each one of those is going to have a boss. They're going to drop an item that then gets us into the next room. Now, it's likely that you guys are familiar with this dungeon already. I'm just showing you guys how I go through it. I see a lot of videos on YouTube where people run through it in God mode. So I'm going to actually sit here and fight stuff, and it's going to be a terribly long video, and hopefully you'll stay with me all the way through. I don't fight that first section of guys there simply because, to me, there's no reason. I'm going for the biggest, the best, and the most awesome loot, so I don't want to bother with them one bit if I don't have to. So there are chests in these rooms as well, and you'll see me just walk right past them. I don't pick them up. I don't need the gold that's normally in them, so there's that. I don't know what to say about it. I don't need it, so I leave it for someone else. But so these guys, these first set that you have to kill for the statues to get the key. I don't think they're that difficult. Obviously, if I was by myself, they'd probably be super difficult, but with a Thrall, it makes it super manageable. So we have the Statue of the Warmaker and Nordis. And let's move on to the next one. Here we go, Lifeblood Spear, right? We're going to use that just because we're running from place to place, right? So we're just doubling up our active health regen, right? So it's going to go a little bit faster. It saves on some food or potion items. And I'm just going to kill whatever runs out after me, right? So if you come out after me, it's kind of a death sentence. If you stay in the room, you can live. And we'll see what kind of loot this guy drops as well when we get him down here. Kistis is over there freaking out, it looks like. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. Moonwalk. Something. He's doing something. Let's go to the red door. Usually, if they do that, if you can get them to teleport behind you, then they kind of unbug or whatever that is. But yeah, there should be a little bit of music that plays when he does that. Maybe some Thrilla or something. That's totally old school, so who knows. Alright. There's this guy. He's alone. Nothing else to fight in here. Usually I don't get too much that follows me in here. And it's mostly archers in that room anyway. Or really easy to kill skeletons. So if something follows you in there, it should be pretty easy to still kill them. I'm going to try to... I always try to get my Thrall to take the aggro. That way I can just focus in on just kind of manhandling whatever I'm fighting from a place of safety, right, which is normally at their back. So there we go. He's finally taken aggro, and then we can just proceed to chop him up from behind. Some of these guys do still hit you when you're behind them, but it's a lot less than taking the full brunt of the attacks. So this guy always drops these books. They'll give you different perks. That one's bonus encumbrance, so some extra stats and whatnot. Let's get healed up as we go to the next one. I treat all these rooms that you run through to get to the bosses, I treat them all the same. I run past the enemies that are in there, and if they follow me, they follow me. If they don't follow me, all good. Saves me a bit of time going through this dungeon. This dungeon is pretty... it's okay to farm. It takes some time to get through, especially if you're looking for the chests and different things. It can take some time to get through, and in a way that's nice, because once you make it back to the beginning, you can start all over again and run through it and just almost endlessly kill what's in here over and over and over and over again. So that's kind of cool, but it can definitely be a time alligator coming in here and whatnot. Now, this guy will mess you up if you let him get his combos in on you. He's pretty rough with that spear. Obviously, stamina is an issue. He's got some super good reach with it too. Even though he's tall, you can kind of get under that hitbox if you get right underneath him. But still, when he hits you with that spear, it's pretty mean. And let's see what we get off of him. Obviously, another statue and Durketo's voice bonus accuracy. That's kind of cool. So this is probably a decent enough time for me to check out health. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and heal him up here. I mean, it's kind of two parts, because it's going to heal him, it's going to heal me. I don't have to use another health item, and he gets healed in the process as well. So definitely something you want to have with you, depending on which Thrall you're taking and how healthy you want them to be through the whole thing. So I try to keep my guys above 3/4 health as much as possible, just because if they bug out and you got to run away, or you got to run around, or you got to change tactic, it could be pretty bad on them. So we've done the 1, 2, 3 doors. and this little guy on the ground is the puzzle, right? So, like I said, you guys have probably all seen this, but the the map points correlate to the statues. So 1, 2, and 3, and you just press the interact button. You don't have to choose which one goes where, and that gives you the inner sanctum key. So this is the point where you really can't get through unless you have a key. At least I haven't found a way that you can get through without a key. So even though there's 9,000 keys in the chest on the other side of the door, once you get to this point, you're kind of SOL if you don't have a key. So, and there's a book here on the floor if you feel like reading it. You can pause the video here, or read it in your own game there. So let's move along here. So this is where we start to see traps. So you can see traps on both sides there. There's a dead guy kind of giving you a warning that, hey, those traps can kill you. There's 2 types of traps. There are the spikes that come up out of the ground, and there are little discs that do different effects. They either do explosions or they do the poison gas. So you can see the spikes there sticking up out of the ground. I find that having a torch in this area is really good. There's a couple of discs, another disc there. Some of them are right out in the open. Some of them are pretty hard to see, actually. So you can see there's an explosion. Not a big deal because I'm playing by myself, so my buddy didn't get exploded behind me or something like that. But if you're in a group, you definitely want to either give each other a little bit of space or make sure you're missing those for sure. And I have seen where you don't walk over it, but you end up walking over it. Obviously, I'm here right behind somebody else, and they're cherry picking chests. So I recently heard a thing that said that if the chests are bugged, where the stuff's not respawning in them, you should destroy them. So I'm going to test that theory. I don't know. Maybe you guys could tell me in the comments if you know if that works or not. But I'm testing it right now. So let's see if they know where all this stuff is. So yeah. So there should be a rusty key in this chest that I just opened. And you want to look for this style chest for all the rusty keys. The most keys I've found in this area is 5. The most doors I've found in this area, or the most doors there are to open, I think is 4. So you can actually get 1 more key than there are doors to open. And the purpose of opening those doors would be to collect more armor scraps. So I'm going to show you where all the chests are real quick. That way you guys know. Bye, Felicia. There's one up here. And they obviously cherry picked the rusty key out of that one as well. I did notice that when the lids don't open, I think they're bugged. When you don't get that animation that the lids open. Kind of like this, right? That lid opened, so that one did as well. So these ones probably aren't bugged, but for the sake of testing, I'm just going to go ahead and break these ones as well. So yeah, I don't know if that's going to end up working or not, but I'm definitely not going to keep all this stuff. All right, moving on to the next area where there's chests, and you can slide down this stuff, but it doesn't slow a whole lot of your speed, so you got to kind of be careful because you can lose a lot of health in that area. Ow, that hurt. Ow. Missed my jump, got hit by the trap. Attacked. Who knows where Kistis is? My Thrall is off on vacation, just hanging out. Where is he? Let's get some health going here. So that guy up there in front of us, obviously we want to go kill him. And I talked about the stuff that I brought with me, like the Annihilator and different weapons. The guy that's in front of me, the glowy guy, is the guy that drops the Annihilator. He's the only one I've seen drop it. Oh look, it's time for the moonwalk again. No moonwalk. Oh, okay, all He's excited. He wants to fight something. Right now he's fighting the air. So traps on both sides. So you just kind of want to be cautious. Look for areas where you can go in without knocking traps or whatever. You can get all the way through this entire area without tripping the traps. So this glowy guy, this tall, three-skulled glowy guy, is the guy that's going to potentially drop the Annihilator sword. What's great about it is it's like 44 damage and 100% armor pen, so pretty cool. It does not have a whole lot of stability, but it's a pretty good weapon for fighting some of the enemies that are coming up. So I definitely will break it out and use it when the time comes, and you'll see that. Nothing, just the key. That's going to be the key to the arena. I'm not going to pick it up because I have one. And right, let's go chest hunting. I don't think there's any in here. No. So they're going to be upstairs, and you want to watch for the traps. They're usually at the bottom of the stairs, usually at the top of the stairs. Yep, there's a couple, and there's a chest there. So we'll see if whoever was in here before me knew about that chest and took the key or not. Thank you for working properly. I love it when the thralls actually do their job. Hey, a key! Alright, cool. So we're going to take everything, and we're going to just close that lid, and then I'm going to come back and see if that one's respawned here a little later. I think that's the only chest up here, but we'll look over here anyway. And yeah, that's the only one up here. Okay. Watching out for traps. Oh, boom. Gross. So, like I said, it could be a couple of different things that you run into in those traps. So, just be watchful, be mindful, whatever. You know, it's not that bad when you're by yourself, when you're kind of in here alone and you blow up a trap and it doesn't kill 4 of your friends running behind you. Just junk in that one. We'll take it anyway. We'll see. See what happens with that one the next time we come through. Oh, what do you fight? He's doing the air fight again. Yeah, it's just silly. Alright, again, just watch for the traps. Bottom of the stairs, top of the stairs. Hopefully you guys aren't completely and entirely bored by me running through this and doing this, because I am trying to give you a full view of what there is and where to go in this, and not doing it in God mode. Oh, look, another key. Sweet. So we've got a couple of keys. Like I said, there's I think a total of 5 you can get. I found 2. That'll open 2 doors, so pretty cool. Alright, I think we're at a point where we can kind of move on here. So we're going to head back towards the front. Oh, actually, there is one more place I got to take you first before we go on to the arena here. So, oop, good bluey. All right, we go right up here to this block. We'll just take a trip up here. There we go. And cherry picked. And cherry picked. You saw the lids didn't open, so I'm going to go ahead and drop this stuff, and then I'm going to just blow up the chest. It's interesting because I've heard it multiple ways. Oh, cherry picking the chest doesn't do anything as long as you close the lid. Don't close the lid. Destroy the chest if it's cherry picked and not working. So, kind of testing a whole bunch of different stuff to see what works. But yeah, so this is one way into the arena. This is the other way into the arena. This is the main way. This one you have to have a key for. Obviously, traps all the way across the front of it. I'm going to take you this way, and then I'll show you the other side of that door once I'm in there. But so this section has a way for you to get through it if you were to die, and if you were to have a key to get through the door by the map puzzle. So I don't know. May have to look around a little bit more and see if there's another way. So we are actually going to use the Annihilator this time, and the reason for that is because she is in super duper armor. So we're going to penetrate that armor. We're going to just totally negate it, and you can see how much damage I'm putting on her right there. Now the one thing about this fight is whatever you do, don't get hit. Waste all your stamina not to get hit in this fight, because when she hits you, a single hit will it obliterates me. Now I'm in medium armor, but it's like half my health, or right around half my health when she hits me. So, and you can kind of watch my Thrall's hit bar as she kind of attacks him, just taking him out, taking the health right off of him. So, and there's the end of that fight. Really, you know, come in here with proper tools, stay away, don't get hit. It's not that bad. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Couldn't kill it. It's got to come after me. Yep. Okay. So here, if you come back behind here, is where you're going to find the recipe for the champion armor. Right here, this big, humongous tablet is going to tell you the arena champion's armor. And if we come over here, it's a pretty cool room. This is where you would enter with the key. So you can see all the traps there, and there's the door. That's where you would enter. She stands right up there. And the way to go on to the next area is actually back through here. If you go left here, that takes you through that crevice that we came in. We're going to go right. This is the way to go. Now there are a whole bunch of rooms on the right hand side and the left hand side up here. I'm not going to go in them because I really don't have a purpose to. Again, I'm going after the best loot, and that's all I'm here for. But you go in there, kill different things that are in there. These are a couple demonic shellbacks, and there's some spiders, some undead hyenas, different stuff. And all these rooms have chests with different loot and gold and stuff in them. And obviously, you know, if you need bones or you need hyena heads to make your undead army or whatever, there's a good place to come and get that stuff. It's just I'm not in a position where I need it. And I'm not gonna bother with opening chests and showing you what's in there. I'll leave that to your surprise. So some spiders in there. There's some more rooms up here. Let's see what's in this one. There's some undead shellbacks, and actually there's a undead dragon in there, so if you want to kill one of those. There's some more spiders. There's spiders riddled all through this hallway. You kind of can't avoid them, so just go ahead and kill them on your way through. This looks like just an empty room. Obviously chest there, and some mammoths across from it. If you want to get some fur and some elephant hide, you go in there. So kind of cool that you can go around and get different resources down here in the dungeon. You know, there's black ice and whatnot. So this has been a topic of discussion for a lot of people. This Yeti behind the ice wall. I've seen people trying all sorts of stuff to get past that ice wall, and nobody's been successful yet. So we'll see what they have in store for us with that. Maybe they open it at some point. So this green wall, once you go through this green wall, you cannot come back through this green wall. So just FYI. And this is the Warmaker. Now there are traps around on the ground. You can see some there. I usually try to fight him right up here on this platform. But he's pretty slow, to be totally honest with you. So, you know, as long as you can get out of the way and then get back in there and do hits, usually does a 3 combo and then stands there for a while. So plenty of time for you to kind of do quite a bit of damage to him. And so if you're cautious and careful at what you're doing, you can make it right through this without taking too much damage. So I am switching between bleed and then this sword that negates his armor just to keep some hits on him. Now this is a perfect time when he starts to grow like this. This is a perfect time to just apply massive damage to him. Bleed, some poison, whatever. Just keep applying it. What's cool is that as he grows, his attack pattern changes, so you kind of have to watch for that. But you'll be able to see kind of the different moves that he comes out with and different things that he does if you just kind of pay attention to him. So this one right here, we want to watch out for his spin move, obviously. And I think we get him, yeah, here we go. We get him to grow one more time, and again, gonna have a new set of moves that he comes out with. So this one actually will hit you from pretty far away. You can kind of see a bit of, I don't know, air movement or something like that, trailing, almost like an invisible sword comes out of the front of it, and that thing will hit you from very far away. So you want to give him his space when he does that. So we're getting him pretty close here to the end of it. Stack a little bit of poison on him, bleed, and I don't know what just happened there. I ended up way farther away than I expected to be. Let's see if we can finish him off here. And go down. There we go. Alright. Looks like 11 armor scraps off of him, so we'll take those. Total of 18. That's pretty good for what you're going to pick up off the bosses. So the rusted keys go to some of these doors. You can tell the difference because they have kind of a circular door frame. So let's go in here and see what we get. So we're going to use these rusted keys. Just takes it out of your inventory. And let's see. Alright, so the lid didn't open, which means I think someone was in here and took the armor scraps that were in there, so it's just left with gold. If I could target this this chest, get it destroyed, there we go. And I'll make sure that I go in this exact one next time I come through and see if it's respawned. So let's try another door here, and hopefully we don't pick two of the doors that somebody else picked. Let's see what's in this. There we go, the lid opened. We got some armor scraps and some silver. Very cool. So you can pick up armor scraps through there, gold and silver and whatnot. So if you're trying to build the armors, the different armors, you'll need those armor scraps to do that. And so this is the door that we want to leave out of, but before we do, there's a couple of recipe tablets. There's the Godbreaker armor, and then here is the Warmaker weapons. Alright, so out this door, and again, once you go past the green wall, you cannot get back in. So make sure you've used all your rusted keys and everything like that, because it's just a barrier at that point. So red light, green light, you get the green light to go out, you get the red light, you can't come back in. So there's chests all out here. You guys can kind of look in there and pick stuff out of there. You know, some pretty good gear, depending on what you're trying to do. You know, you never have enough steel or bricks, I guess, you know, stone. You know, we start out the game mining stone. We continue to mine stone probably forever. But yeah. So then I know this has been shown. Firespark did a good job of showing this off. Obviously these have been cherry picked, but there's, you know, 5 chests over here. There's 3. There's 4. And the 5th one. So 4 of the 5 are bugged, so I'm going to go ahead and break them. Just because I've done it through the whole video, I mean, why not do it to these end ones? We'll break them, and then we'll see if they're back and working properly and have loot in them the next time I come through. And we don't need to break that other one because I didn't take anything out of it. I just looked inside and closed the lid. Alright. Some traps down here to make sure you don't land on them. Kind of sucks when you do. It's not fun. But we are going to head back out the way that we came in. Now, I know I said at the beginning you could you could basically just start all over, right? So all these guys, green, red, blue, or purple. Yeah, I think it's more blue. You could just go back in there and kill them again, right? They've all respawned. This guy's respawned, so we'll kill him on the way out. See what loot he's got. Just because, why not? He is standing in our way. So, but yeah. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video for the most part. I know it was long. If you've made it with me this far, thank you for continuing to watch. Hopefully it was helpful. Maybe I was able to show you something that will help you in your gameplay. If you have any suggestions for me, something you saw that I did that was like, why in the world did you do that when you could do it this way? That'd be cool. I love learning new ways to do things and other ideas on how to get through stuff. But yeah, this is the way that I've done it. So, all right, almost dead. This guy. He killed him. I don't get to claim it. Nice. Some armor repair kits. Those are handy. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you do and you had a like in your pocket, please pull it out, whack that like button, and I will catch you next time. Peace.